I'd like to welcome everybody to July 21st, 2022. Hello, Future Buzz. And we're featured speakers today with Batty Hattie because Batty Hattie has some news. And we're also welcoming HBots and Hederian Dragons because they've been doing a lot in the NFT space. And as we all know in Hedera, we have something very big to celebrate also today, which is native staking. So it's really great to see Lehman's vision coming to light right before our very eyes. It's amazing. And the Hedera heat wave is taking over Twitter. So let's get to it. So let's start with you, Batty Hattie. How would you like to introduce yourself to the community and tell us what's going on?
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everyone. It's been a bit of a build-up, actually. So nerves are there, and I hope I can get through without too many hiccups. But bear with.
It's just Batty.
It's all good. So I kind of wanted to start off really by kind of looking back a little bit and zooming out before I kind of talk about the project we're launching. For those of you that kind of know the amazing swag that Hello Future Buzz does for us, you'll see that there's a bear inside a H bear, and that kind of represents the person that's kind of within us that we don't always share with people. And I think more and more mental health is a massive issue globally. Now, I'm an educator, so I kind of see the toll that's being taken on people's mental health and young people's mental health. I'm openly acknowledging that I've suffered from depression, even though for 2 years I didn't realise I had that many years ago following assault. And my journey to Batty Hattie's NFT Emporium is based on mental health and well-being, but not of myself, but of what now is my 11-year-old daughter, Hattie. But before I kind of talk about her and our journey, I think it's really important that certainly I've learned through this journey some kind of horrific statistics across the world. Just for anxiety alone, since 1990 to 2019, there's been a 55% increase in people suffering from anxiety disorders which have been diagnosed. So that's, to put it into context, over 106 million people globally over that period of time. So it's quite significant. 20% of adolescents.
I'm sorry, you say 100 million?
106 million people over that period of time. There's been an increase. So that's actually a total of 301 million in 2019 that are suffering from anxiety. Just anxiety alone, not depression, but just anxiety, because as a parent, I kind of wanted to understand what my daughter was going through. And I will kind of put into context that everything I'm sharing with you today, she's happy for me to share. I've asked her and she's willing to let me tell her story as well as mine, because it might help someone else. So 20% of adolescents have experienced a mental health problem in any given year. 50% of mental health problems are established by the age of 14 and 75% by the age of 24. 10% of children and young people aged 5 to 16 have a clinically diagnosable mental problem. However, 70% of children and adolescents who experience mental health problems have not been appropriately diagnosed or had the interventions to be able to support them. So 1 in 6 children between the age of 5 and 16 are likely to have a mental health problem. Now, there's lots of global reasoning for that. It could well be that, you know, if you look at the use of smart devices and electronics, that's in lockstep with the number of people suffering from mental health issues. But equally, we are bombarded on a daily basis. So our brains are still pretty prehistoric. We still have fight, flight, freeze, and we're naturally built to be quite pessimistic. So, you know, many years ago when we were on the plains of Africa, if you like, our ancestors, those who were curious and positive, would have gone over to a bush that was rustling and probably been killed by a lion. And those that were cautious would have gone, hang on a minute, what is that? And ultimately, genetically, we are pre-programmed to think the negative to keep us alive. So in terms of overload, our brains now receive so much information on a daily basis. Some research recently said that we get the equivalent in a one day of what our great-grandparents had in the 60s over a period of 6 months. So that, coupled with the fact that life is moving on, brains are being bombarded, it's not surprising that, if you like, so many people are starting to suffer from these health issues. So I kind of got into understanding this context because my daughter at the age of 6, who loves school, Hattie, so I'm Batty and she's Hattie, had started to suffer from anxiety. No reason why, no traumatic experience, just did, and would be on occasion physically sick at the school gate, and she'd be brave enough to kind of pick herself up and get into school. And as a parent, I was heartbroken. What have we done? What can we do? And I knew that there were mental health issues that I'd gone through, but I didn't expect it from my own daughter. So as an educator, I knew that there were statistics coming out that certain generations were having a lower life expectancy than their parents, and because they're thinking in a linear fashion, that they might suffer from dementia at a younger age. So I wanted to delve into it. And at the time, Hattie didn't have a smart device or a mobile phone. She didn't use consoles that much. It was just something that was within her. Luckily, I was able to understand that physical activity, exercise, and creativity was a really good route into not only making her feel better and less anxious, but exploring her emotions. So we would go for a run, play sport, we would have fun and play games. We'd also sit at a table and create, just draw, have fun. And it would be a doorway into discussions about emotions and how she was feeling and things like that. But then we still needed help. And fortunately, I was lucky enough to know that we needed help to get her that support. And she still suffers from anxiety. She's 11 years old. She loves being on stage for some reason, which is great for her. You think she'd get nervous, but doesn't. But she's okay. She still get anxious, but she's got strategies in place now as a result. And we still create and we still communicate and we still explore those feelings that she has. But she's able to deal with it and strategize with it. And there are times when it can become overwhelming, but that's happening less and less. So I've been very lucky to do that. But there are lots of young people around the world that might not be able to afford the help. I'm an educator. I'm not rich in any way, but I was able to get the help we needed, but also might not understand how they can support not just, if you like, children, but also people around them. Everyone suffers in their own way. So it is those staples. So to fast forward, actually we were creating and we were just talking, we try and learn something new, and I was showing Hattie some NFTs at the time, and she said, well, what is an NFT? And I tried to explain it to her. She said, well, why don't you put yours out there? Why don't you create an NFT? So we did, for a bit of fun. I was a bit like, oh, and she said, "Oh, come on, Dad, step out your comfort zone. You tell me to. Why not you?" So I was like, okay. So we created Batty Hattie's NFT Emporium. I'd been following Hedera from the very beginning, and I was sort of in the background in all the groups and things like that, but never wanted to come forward in terms of NFTs. So we did, and the response was really positive, very overwhelming, and we got sucked into this amazing community where you really do judge people on their actions, because you can't see anyone, you can't gauge what they're like, but you're in groups and talking to people on a daily basis. And I've made some really, really, really good friendships through people who just share a common value. And it's a bit like going to school and you meet that one person with a shared interest, but we're doing it on a global basis, and you're able to meet far more positive people. And the Hedera community is phenomenal. The ethos that Mance and Lehman and the team have created from day dot, that seed is flourishing into this really strong and vibrant community, which is great. So we did. We didn't expect much to happen. We didn't have a clue about business and discords and community building to a certain extent. And we're learning. We're educated. Well, I'm an educator, so we're learning. So essentially, we put out our H Bears and we put out a Muddle Earth series, and we've had our fun, which is great. And it's all been my work that's been pushed through. But for the last sort of 3 or 4 months, I've really wanted to bring Hattie's work out and had a discussion with her about where we wanted to go. So together, informal discussions at dinner, very light touch, nothing major. It was very much so, what would you like to do with your work? And she was very, very keen and positively strong in her mindset of, I kind of would like my art to be able to go out there and create an environment where young people and adults could do what we did and be creative and connect on an emotional level and social level, to better develop mental and social health. So we created a little project called Pixel Drops. It was a kind of collaboration in terms of working out that name, if you like. And the whole point is to collect and connect and swap. So we all remember being in the playground, or I do, taking in football stickers, which I still collect, sadly enough, when it's a World Cup, and going in and swapping them with your friends, and that social interaction of, what have you got? What can I get? And when you open up that packet of stickers and you get a little shiny, a rare shiny, you're really excited and you go and show your friends. that in itself is something that, because of our lifestyle, if you like, is lost, because we don't have that physical and social connection, if you like, because it's all done virtually or on phones. So we wanted to kind of replicate that on a global basis. So we created Pixel Drops, which is all her artwork, and the plan is that our goal, if you like, is to try and mint 1 million globally over the next few years, because it rang true in the sense we can do that. It means that across the world, lots of people will have connected, will have interacted, will be swapping pixel drops and working out what they've got and what they haven't got. And the goal is for the project that after Series 2, we open up to fellow creators, young creators that want to get involved in creating pixel drops, and the community can drive that through moving forward. So Series 1 is dropped today. It's 100 individual pixel drops, and each one has a different edition size. It totals 10,000 for this first drop. It's 5 H-bar to mint, plus the gas fee, I think, of 0.05 cents. There's no fallback fee, so people can just swap. There is a royalty, if you like, so people, if they do end up listing on a secondary market, there is that. But we hope that we'll be able to put some of the revenue through to developing more tools and developing educational resources, and also putting forward to different young children's charities as we go through.
So who is your targeted market for the pixel drops? Is it preteens or teens?
Well, ideally, we're looking at young people that want to get involved in the space, and we want to kind of introduce young people to Hedera, to the distributed ledger technology, to being able to use, if you like, hashback to access and mint different NFTs, because I think that it's something that's not taught in schools, and it's something that obviously we need young people in this space, because this space is going to be the future, and Web 3.0 is exciting, and Hedera is, for me, the best network to go on of its benefits. So, but anyone can collect them, anyone can swap them. But ideally, what will happen is we have set up a separate Discord server, which we want to be really safe, and we want children and families and parents and whoever to come along, and, if you like, participate in that community building.
Well, I think you're probably the first one that's reaching out to the young adults and children's markets. So that's really exciting, Batty Hattie. I really commend you for that.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at that. You know, we want young people to be excited about collecting them and ultimately contributing to that future, like, pot of pixel drops, if you like. And if there are members of the community listening that would like to help out, like to be in the server, we have actually got our first community event in a couple of weeks' time, where come along. It will be like a 24-hour event. Get some pencils and some crayons and some paper, and you'll just have a bit of fun. It'll all be on there with instructions for what you to do, and you can sit down with your families or even on your own if you haven't got kids and nieces or whatever you like, and just be creative and enjoy that process, and actually stop and experience what we have experienced for a number of years. So for me, each one of these pixel drops, I'm slightly invested in it emotionally, because each one is a moment in time that I've spent with my daughter, and they're all quite special to me. And if anyone can be involved in that with their loved ones, or even by themselves, and they can do it online with a friend, whatever it is, then for us that's really, really powerful. And we're excited. It's been driven by, Hattie, and my son's involved to a certain extent as well. So it's been a pleasure to be involved in. So we're launching on the Hedera Tools launchpad. Hash Dude and other, the whole team have been really supportive with us. They've worked incredibly hard to give us the platform to launch, if you like. They've been supportive of us from day one as well. So I've just retweeted, actually, our Pixel Drops Twitter account. It's got the link to where you can mint. It's also got a link to our Discord for you to join. And yeah, the more members of the community, the better. And if anyone wants to help out, that's great as well. So in a nutshell, that's been our journey. That's us. We're looking really excited to look in how we develop and evolve. And Batty Hattie's NFT Emporium was set up so we can go off on different tangents, and we can be creative and we can use the pixel drops, and we might have a different creative idea as we move forward. So, but our ultimate goal as an emporium is to educate, have fun, to promote, anyone to be successful, especially young people and women as well. Because we really, as a parent, I want Hattie to grow up in a world where she feels empowered to be as successful and as happy as she can be, and I hope that's shared with everyone else. So I think that's me covered everything. If I have missed anything, please let me know.
Thank you so much. You've covered an awful lot, but it's very exciting news. And we'll all check out the new Pixel Drops Discord for sure. And I think Hedera, being such the ethos of the community is probably a perfect match for some welcoming younger people into our space. I do want to say hello to Christian. Hi, Christian.
Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, everybody. Great to be here today. I loved listening to that story. It hits close to home. I have twin teenage daughters. They have had their struggles as well. I'd just like to echo, what you've said about the ethos of the community. I'm super biased, but I think it's a really special community, and we're all here to help one another. So, congratulations on that project, and looking forward to see, kids getting involved and swapping. I collect football, well, not anymore, but back in the day, all my sticker albums, and really enjoyed that. So I think it's great to get the younger generation involved as well.
Yeah, I think the low cost transaction and the way that H bars are set up also will be good for children, because it's not going to cost them a lot of money to trade. As you said in your mint, Batty Hattie, you've set it up so that they can trade without spending a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally 5 H bar to mint, a pixel drop plus whatever the gas fee is, and then there's no fallback fee. So if people want to swap, they can swap. If people want to end up listing on a marketplace, if they choose to do that in the future, well, then there's a royalty for that, which can then be put back into the project. But yeah, it was designed to be cost effective. We've got some how-to videos which we've just picked from Hashpack and things like that because they're really good. We will make our own, but we just want parents to be, and even some parents. I mean, I know lots of people that don't know anything about DLT, that don't know how to download Hashpack, that don't have a clue, and they're going to want to do that as well. And what better vehicle than young people teaching their parents, which which actually happens quite a lot, because I know I can't use TikTok, and my two are the ones doing the TikToks for Batty Hattie, and they're brilliant, but I don't know how to do that. They're great. So it is really cheap. As a parent, we want you to be able to go, well, look, here's a bit of pocket money, here's $2 or whatever it is, and they can go away, they can mint, they can experience it, they can understand how it works, and ultimately they can teach us adults how it all works, and they'll make the world a far better place.
Oh, they will. This is really exciting news. We're all supporting you, Batty Hattie, for sure. Let me say hello to Hederian Dragons also. You have some news to share with us.
Hello. Yeah, I mean, plenty of news, really. We've got plenty going on. We've just minted out this last few days of our first drop. It feels kind of insignificant after hearing Batty Hattie talking about something which will make real significant positive change.
No, not at all. We need all kinds of members in our community, and I'm really excited that Batty Hattie is taking on such a big cause as youth, and we can all use mental health. In this day and age, it's really important. But so is just pure fun and excitement.
Yeah, the reason I was kind of distracted when you called me up, I'm trying to mint one of these pixel drops of Batty Hattie's right now.
That's great.
And yet, really super easy transaction that's done. 5 H bar, can't go wrong with that, can you?
Yeah, that's happening because the Hash dudes and co were working very hard on that to get that ready on time. So I'm pleased it's working. Thank you.
Yeah, clearly, Hash Tools and Hash Dudes, they're doing some great stuff. Big shout out to them.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Shout out to Hash Dudes.
Yeah, so yeah, we've had plenty going on. We've just minted out our first drop of the Gen 1 dragons. It was a bit hectic because there was only 80 dragons in total for drop 1, and 51 of those were early access and 6 of them were whitelist. So there wasn't very many that went to the public. So it was a bit hectic. A lot of people trying to mint just a few, and there were a few hiccups along the way. I'm sorry about that. It's just one of those things. We did a pilot project with HBAR Suite, which is really exciting. So we're their first pilot project for their launchpad. HBAR Suite are doing some really cool stuff in the space, and we're quite happy to be kind of working with them because we think they're going to be real pioneers in the space in terms of DeFi and the smart nodes that they're using, etc. Yeah, and I mean, what we're trying to do ultimately is bring something really new to NFTs in general, not just to Hedera, and that's bringing something, you've got brands out there like Galaxy and things like that, where they're kind of tokenizing their communities and bringing kind of tokenized engagement into play, and that's something that we're doing as well. So we're kind of trying to create this micro economy within the Hederian Dragons brand, where we've got staking. With HBAR Suite, we've become the first NFT staking project on Hedera, and we've got our native token Dragma, which is our utility token. But we've also got our new create to earn mechanism. So basically, anyone within the community, through their kind of positive engagement with Hederian Dragons, either contributing to our story which we're creating, or whether it's just kind of supporting the community or helping out or just being positive in any way, essentially with our Discord bot, we can give Dragma to people within the ecosystem. And then we're releasing NFTs which are exclusively available for Dragma. All of our special editions, well, almost all of our special editions are going to be available exclusively for Dragma. So we're creating this kind of little micro economy where everyone's empowered to help build the brand. Everyone's empowered to kind of help each other out and be like a positive community member, not just in our project, but beyond as well. And yeah, it's good fun. We've got our game that we've released as well. The thing that we're trying to bring as well is day one utility. So all of this stuff is already live. We only minted out, I think it was Tuesday, and it seems like a long time ago now, but we got our marketplace for Dragma exclusives is already live. Our tokens live. Our staking's live. Create to earn's live. Our game is already live. And once the kind of community settles down a little bit, and because everyone's a little bit excited at the moment, once everything settles down a bit, we'll start doing some play to earn tournaments with our game as well. And we've got a hashpack integration with Steam, which is going to allow us to bring people's trading cards into the game, and they can play against each other with their trading cards. So we're doing a whole load of stuff, and yeah, it's a lot to talk about.
Well, I had no idea that you were doing all the gaming things.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a whole load of stuff going, and we've designed it to be an ecosystem from day one. So it rather than having your typical speculation that you get with most NFT projects, which is kind of what's going to come next, we wanted to create a foundation that people could enjoy from day one, whether it's a bear market or a bull market. You can enjoy it, have fun in it. Everyone's having loads of fun trading the cards at the moment. When you trade cards, you can hit milestones and get free cards to add to your collection. And the game's live. So yeah, we wanted to create something that on day one creates a foundation that we can continue to build on.
Well, I can see why your NFTs are flying out the door as you tell us all about the ecosystem that you're building. One of the things that I really love about Hedera is, Hedera is about collaboration rather than
Yeah,
competition, and a project like yours really speaks to that, and also Batty Hattie's, I mean, we're just also collaborative. I think a lot of other people that I speak to don't quite understand the Hedera community until they get into it and see that this is the case. Like
100%.
in Solana or something, even as a dev, you're hiding your work and you're with your projects, and that's just not the Hedera way.
No, I agree, and I think almost subconsciously, and it's something that has kind of occurred to me more as it's progressed, is that's kind of witnessing the collaborations that occurred kind of over the last 9 months or so between some real early projects. I think that was kind of part of the inspiration of the collaboration, kind of just taking it to that next level so that anyone can be a collaborator, whether it's an artist or just a collector. We're writing this story of the Hederian dragons, and so many members of the community have contributed ideas. We've given them kind of templates so they can suggest characters, and we're going to turn those into NFTs so they've got their kind of own characters within the ecosystem. And we're going to create a collaboration out of everything. Basically, everyone can contribute, everyone can get rewarded, everyone can get NFTs in an accessible way, and it just builds like at least the hope is we'll build a really kind of a community that just loves the project. They love having fun in it. They love their kind of role in it because they're getting rewarded for just having fun and being creative, and other creators can get involved and we can give them benefit as much as they can give us benefit. And it's just building on those foundations that some real early projects brought up. Really, the constant collaboration that you see in Hedera is just very unique.
Well, I put out a bunch of snippet audios last weekend, and I was listening to the spaces that we had in February with Zenobia and Mance and Lehman, and in one of those snippets I put out, it's like Lehman saying that we should all work together. That and I just think it comes from Lehman and Mance. It comes from Hedera, that they put this ethos into the ether of the Hedera community, and that's it's beautiful. Christian, you must know this better than us because you've been with them so long, but to see that coming into fruition really is probably very rewarding.
It really is. It's amazing. I think we all pinch ourselves.
Yeah, just we have to cherish it and keep it close to us, because as we grow, we're going to have to keep working on that aspect of things. So
that's a strong belief I have as well, and this is what I talk to people about quite a lot, is this idea that NFTs are bound to change a lot over the coming years, and we're going to see enterprises come in and we're going to see a lot of money come into it, and all of us lot who are kind of enjoying it and having fun with it, we have to collaborate and work together to make sure that we're a part of that, right? Rather than kind of just enterprises coming in. I mean, this is about decentralization and community and things like that. If enterprises come in and we don't have a role in making sure they do it right, as the experts that we're becoming, right, as the pioneers of Hedera and still the pioneers of NFTs, basically, because we're still early. We need to make sure that we're part of that, because otherwise it's going to become the same kind of sterile, boring, ultra competitive, communityless space that you see in the normal world, right? This is too exciting for us to miss out on.
No, in fact, when we speak about the metaverse and NFTs in general, this is a moment that we'll never have again, and we get to shape how it's going to be. We get to shape how the metaverse is going to be, and we get to shape what you're doing and what Batty Hattie's doing, and all the NFT creators and projects in Hedera are actually that we are pioneers, and we get to shape these things, and it's really important that we get it right and we keep it going, because as we grow, that's going to be the thing that really sets us in the right direction. I did want to also say hello to Nick, because Nick, you wrote the most amazing thread. I don't know if it was yesterday or today about NFTs. Would you like to say hello to everyone?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I just got back into the States from travel, and really loved to see what was happening with the NFT community while I was away.
Would you like to give us some points that you made in your thread?
Yeah, well, I mean, so when I first approached NFTs, I was pretty pretty conservative. I wasn't, was fairly new to NFTs. I think we all are, and I think that on other chains, NFTs really are just, I mean, I think that a lot of the criticism of NFTs, in some ways it's valid. In some ways, I think that it's such a limited understanding of what they are and what we see NFTs becoming on Hedera. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating to see, and it's great. Really great to see how it's evolving. And I think that the value proposition really is something that is worth exploring. Some people can deride NFTs and say that, well, they're just JPEGs of monkeys, but it is something so much more than that, and it's the evolution of that into Web3 that we really see, because in Web2 there is no scarcity. Files can be replicated and multiplied, and they are valueless, but they are not valueless in many ways, because, like, take memes for example. Memes have value, they have cultural recognition, but that value can't be captured by someone who copies the meme template or creates a new meme, because it can be copied. But having that token as a way to represent the digital ownership of it, it's just so groundbreaking. It's not just a JPEG, but it enables a whole new world of ownership and utility. And what I love so much about Hedera NFTs is how you see that utility being implemented, because on the other side, it's not just a JPEG, it's a token. It's a token that can have function. It can, it's something that you can do things with. And I love seeing what all the things I love seeing all the things we can do with NFT tokens here on Hedera.
Yes, I think that when you said about NFTs being just JPEGs, in the beginning of Ethereum NFTs, it was all about how much is it going to go up, what's the price, what's the floor, and in Hedera that's also a value proposition, but it's not the only value proposition. In fact, I'd say it's probably more utility than value of H bars, perhaps.
Well, I agree. I think that Hedera has always been so utility forward in its exploration of NFTs, and I think that could just be due to kind of where where we were when in the overall life cycle of NFTs, when NFTs were when we could make non-fungible tokens on the network. So I think that we have an advantage there, but I just love that we have always been utility focused, and I think it's going to take some time for the dialogue to catch up to really understand that it's not owning a JPEG. It's it's a token, and it's a token with functionality, and it's a token that can have the metadata that includes an image, and that image can be a way to kind of for humans to interact with these tokens and understand what they are and have kind of a cool representation of what they are. But really, yeah, it's so much more than just the image in the metadata.
Yeah, Charles, maybe you can find that thread and put it up there, because I think everybody should read Nick's thread. It was really well
Yeah,
out.
I did. I think it's up there.
Oh, great.
Is that the right thread?
We'll check it out. Thank you, Nick, for doing that. It really hit me, because you went through the whole process of being a person who just discovered it to defining what it is for us.
Absolutely. I'm glad that it resonates with you, because, I think that we're all feeling out this space, and I was hesitant at first. I didn't know. My H bar investment is, the most important investment to me, and the NFTs are something that's extraneous and on top of that investment. And I didn't want to affect my initial investment, but I think it's one of those ways where you can stay invested in the Hedera ecosystem and have these kind of derivative products that can have fluctuations in value, and you can be making a lot of, you can be stacking a lot of HBAR even when the market is way down.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, when Go Mint had it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, should I spend 400 H bar?" And we didn't have we never had anything to buy with H bar before, and I'm like, "Is it worth 400 H bar? Should I spend it? You know, is it are we going to spend this?" And I think the NFT space with the added utility of functionality, it makes you. We've gotten used to spending H bar and investing in H bar, and that to me is what's really exciting about the NFT space. It's more than just an NFT. It's much more than just a pixel. So let me get HBots in here. Hi HBots, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing very well. Thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you, Charles, for having me up here. How are you guys doing?
Oh, great. Would you like to contribute to the conversation?
Yep. So I just want to say the last month and a half in this space has just been really, really crazy, actually. We had obviously NFT New York. I was lucky enough to go and attend, and we saw all those awesome Hedera billboards up and showcasing all the amazing talent we have in the space, showing obviously some of the artwork from so many of the creators here. And I was at the conference, and every time I went to the Hedera booth, it was always packed from lots of people asking about Hedera, wanting to know more about it. So I think that was sort of stage one where it started to like build up stronger and stronger. And I think that conference was personally very helpful to me as well, because I met a lot of people, made a lot of connections, a lot of cross-chain connections. In fact, I have a space with a cross-chain project next week that are also going to be launching part of their collection on Hedera, part of it on Solana, part of it on Algo. So you met a lot of interesting people like that in the space. And what was really optimistic was they all sort of knew about Hedera, and they started to learn about Hedera NFTs just before we had the big boom. So a lot of people knew about it. It was just that they weren't very vocal about it. So I thought it was quite interesting how early we were. But at that point in the space, we were having a little bit of a lull. As creators, we were finding very little liquidity, very little volume in the space. But it was quite interesting, to say the least. And then when we came back, we obviously had a huge influx of investors from Solana, from ETH, and that caused that big sort of boom that we saw last 2 weeks, which, and I think rightfully, shone a light on so many amazing projects on the space. And I think with that, we saw a lot more people come in, investors, and even people just like NFT flippers, really. And we saw Zeus volume reach new heights. And yeah, I think it was a very exciting time for the space. And even now, I think today was 600K in H1 volume. So personally, as a project on Hedera, being here since November 2021, coming and seeing all the ups and highs, it's a very good time to build and a very exciting time to build. And personally, for our project, we've been working on a few things. We're going to be making an announcement within the next week and a half, which should be an exciting announcement. We've shared it with our exclusive club. They all seem quite happy about it, quite excited about it. So yeah, we're looking forward to that in our case. And we're just really looking forward to obviously seeing other projects grow and develop. So I know Pixel Rug just sold out their collection. Batiati, I'm going to be minting some of the Pixel drops later on today. And Hedera Dragons, huge congratulations on the sellout. I was not fortunate enough to mint one, but I'll definitely be trying to grab one from secondary and from the second drop.
Oh, that's great news. Well, I think we all should give Christian and the team, the marketing team, kudos for the New York experience, which I lived through all of your tweets and everything, and it was just an amazing job, Christian, and it was amazing to see everybody's NFTs up in the lights in Times Square, and it just really was the whole community was very grateful for it. So thank you very much, Christian.
Oh yeah, no, thank you very much for acknowledging that. It was kind of our first event where we went really big with a focus on the community. It was a bit of a test, and we're going to do more of it. It worked out great.
Oh, it was amazing to see all the videos, and everybody was just so excited. And to see those videos on Times Square, HBots, it must have been amazing to see that in person.
I have to say, Christian, that was a dream come true for me. I mean, I flew out from the UK just to see it on the Times Square. Like, I had no other plans for New York. I just wanted to see HBots on Times Square. So I personally paid for a ticket for a hotel.
That's
Somehow
awesome.
managed to find time off
I
work.
love hearing that.
So just want to say a huge, huge thank you for that. That was a once in a lifetime experience.
Well, we are no promises at all, but the team that put on NFT NYC is looking to do an event in London. I think it might be November, and we're looking into seeing what the costs are for running similar ads in Piccadilly Circus. So maybe you won't need to fly next time.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. I might have to fly. Yes, Patty Hattie.
Yeah, I just want to sort of echo what HBot said. I mean, for us, seeing New York was a bit of a surreal experience, actually. To share that with the people that we're closest to here was a bit of a, did that really happen? Is that really there? And it's definitely kickstarted a lot of hype and buzz. So thank you.
Well, I think you all deserve it. I mean, all the NFT creators in the Hedera community have been working tirelessly for months and months and months, and to see it was just so validating, Christian. It was just amazing that the community artwork was so prevalently displayed, and it was just really very uplifting. Pixel Rug, would you like to get in on the conversation a bit?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I've spoken with some of the folks at Hedera and Swirlds, and I think that really what ended up happening with that campaign at NFT NYC was it was really aimed at the community, and I think that it was a contributing factor to the Hedera heat wave that we're seeing. Not that it maybe caused the Hedera heat wave alone, but I think that what it did was it really galvanized the community together. And I think really it was a statement, and as a creator, felt like a statement from Hedera, and saying like, we value what you guys are doing. And that just the level of excitement, same as HBots was expressing, really brought the community together right at the perfect time, because right as we were riding that excitement and really brought together by that, then of course the previous weeks we started to see this uptick. So we were kind of positioned really well. So it ended up working really, really well, and it was cool to see a pixel rug in Times Square. I mean, nothing that can top that. So that was super cool. But yeah, I just wanted to say, Christian, it definitely means a lot to have, just for example, here we are, a group of like community members and artists and, bootstrapping some stuff. And we've got, the head of marketing for Swirlds dropping by and spending time with us. So I think it really kind of speaks volumes to how Hedera sees the creator community and the value that we bring. So we just super, super appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could join every week, but unfortunately meetings sometimes get in the way, but I join when I can. And, honestly, if you think about Hedera, it is infrastructure. So what is being built on it is really the exciting stuff. And then seeing these communities coming together and growing and supporting one another, that really should be celebrated. So I think all of our goals are really, aligned beautifully.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to say, just to wrap up my thoughts on this, is when it comes to the creator community, it's just that's really what we need right now. I mean, where we came from was, sending NFTs back and forth on Twitter DMs, and that definitely required a lot of trust. And then now we've got this incredibly vibrant infrastructure for NFT marketplaces and all these different types of things. So I think a lot of the people in here have been around for a while, and as we see new people coming in, seeing them get excited about it, but also seeing folks in the community try to tell that story, and explain why this community feels a little different, because quite frankly, so many people check out Hedera because the technology is really cool, but the conversation quickly turns to just about the art, about the community. When the technology is that good, it just kind of fades to the background a little bit, which is great. So I just think that's fantastic. And just a quick mention, on Friday, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm having to get together in the Pixel Rug Metaverse Gallery if anyone wants to stop by and hang out, bask in the Hedera heat wave together.
Well, there's certainly a Hedera heat wave going on. Twitter is always showing me that prompt, and it's a great prompt. And we're just like H bars is being listed on the trending of Twitter. So people are noticing. People are really noticing. And I just see more people coming into the space every day. And one thing I will say is we have to be cognizant of, rug pulls and scams, as always, and secure your wallets and don't do links that you don't know, and just be safe out there and enjoy the fun. But know that, as we grow, things will get a little wonky at times. So, Charles, would you like to contribute to the conversation?
Sure. It's great to have calls like this and hear from everybody again. Aside from the calls, sorry, there's a plane. Hope that's not too loud. And hear from everybody. And I hope we can do more of these types of, more community-centered calls. I've wanted to say a couple things over the call, but, I like to hear everybody. And Batty Hattie, you deserve Dad of the Year award. Big props to everything you're doing. And, with mental health, it's a very serious thing, and ever since COVID, it's gotten a lot worse. So, we need to definitely have a focus on that. And those are the most important users that we need to attract is younger folks, so we can, build a 100 year plus network, right? So, everybody, it's great to hear from everybody. I just want to say that. And thanks, Elizabeth, for bringing us all together.
Oh, my pleasure, as always. But yes, as we are such a supportive community, I think it's really important to acknowledge that we all have struggles, and that if anyone's having a struggle, just to reach out. And projects like you're doing, Batty, are really important in the space, and to get the youth involved and to help them with anxiety and to have the story to tell, which people can relate to. Christian was mentioning his twins, and we all know people that struggle, and we struggle. We all struggle, and as life gets a little bit weird at times. So the Hedera community really is very important to me, and I think to all of us.
I would definitely second that. I mean, I interact with lots of young people on a regular basis, and I've been in education for a long time, and I definitely am noticing more and more and more that they are struggling. And being somebody that had suffered from mental health issues and didn't share and didn't talk, I can honestly say that I'll echo what you've said. If there is anyone out there struggling, to reach out, to have a conversation with someone, it just makes all the difference in the world to talk about it. And I remember one day, and I won't go into too much detail, but coming home to my wife and saying, I'm having problems. And she said, I know you've been struggling. I'm so glad you told me. And as a result of that, I was able to get better and get the help. So yeah, if you are struggling, just talk to someone. It will make you feel a lot better.
I will say I was on Punacha Makaya, had a call with Deepak Chopra this morning, and they have a wonderful initiative called Never Alone, where you can text and talk to people on text. So if you're struggling, go to Never Alone and just send a text, and somebody's there to help you. So I think that the text aspect of Never Alone is and the Siva Love project that he's doing, and it's built on Hedera, and a really big supporter of that Never Alone. Again, Never Alone. It's a great way to reach out by text. So let's see. If any of the community has a comment, just give me a little wave, and I'll put you up. I do want to say that it wasn't very long ago that the whole NFT space started in Hedera. I'm trying to think when we first started doing it. I was more like November or October, so it hasn't even been a year. I don't think we're coming. I think we're coming up on a year on our space. So a year from now, who knows what'll happen? But let's see. Batty, would you like to tell people what your server is?
Yeah, sure. So we've actually just posted it on the top. So we've got Pixel Drops on Discord, and you'll find links on my pinned post actually to the Pixel Drops Twitter and the Discord itself, and where you can mint. We wanted to keep it slightly separate, so that will become like a vehicle for announcements and so on. And the Discord server, we kind of have made that as squeaky clean as possible, and we really are hoping that members of the community will be gracious in just giving up a bit of time to be present. So as more and more young people come into the space, it is a safe environment where people are helpful and supportive of each other.
Do you need any moderators, people to help with moderation?
Yeah, anyone would like to moderate or give up some time, that would be fantastic. We've got ideas for things we'd like to develop technically to make the experience a little bit more fun. A digital sticker album, for instance, a Pixel Drop sticker album would be great to be able to connect your wallet to, so you can see what you've got and what you haven't got, to replicate that process. So yeah, anyone that could help out in moderating, that would like to be part of the decision-making process moving forward. This is a community-driven project, and it's something that Hattie was very keen when we spoke about it, that it was a collaboration. She is probably the most kind, caring, and conscientious person I think I know. I know I'm biased as her dad, but she's just, the little details when she's around people shine through, and yeah, so that's very important to her and to us as a project.
Yes. Definitely do that. I see that Trust NFT is here. So if you want to speak and tell us about the hash stock updates, if you have any updates, I just sent you an invitation. And I saw Hash Dudes. I think you wanted to speak. If you just want to request to speak, I can't find you in the crowd. So that would be great. And let's see. I asked Brandon Seabury, but he hasn't come. The Stater had a great contest. Oh, there you are. Trust NFT. Tell us about Hashstock.
Yeah, so we've successfully sold out of all the tickets of Hashstock. So thank you for everybody who's participated. We're going to be organising the draws very soon. I'm just hoping to give the opportunity to a few other creators and platforms to see if they want to take any of the draw action. But yeah, really chuffed to have been involved with everybody.
That's amazing. So there's no more tickets available?
Nope, we're all gone. So everybody is holding tickets now, is eligible for the 57 draws of the amazing projects that got involved.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I think Hashstock is a really super project, and we're really looking forward to getting all the winners of all these NFTs. How many creators ended up donating NFTs?
I think it was 57 in total.
Wow.
I know. And right now, with the Hedera heatwave, the floor price in total is crazy. So Yeah, it's been a great achievement. Really, we're really chuffed. We're really happy with everybody who got involved, and want to extend gratitude to everybody who participated. Really.
Well, we have our Thug Life Lehman, Edward Chomsky, and I did a collab on a Thug Life Lehman, and you get a swag tag. So I hope to know who finally gets that. That would be really exciting.
Yes, yeah. Just watch this space. We'll be announcing when the draws will take place live. We have technology to draw numbers, so it should be really cool.
Cool. Thank you so much for that update.
Thank you.
We have Gods of Hedera. Would you like to contribute to the conversation?
Absolutely. So real quick, we're just a project. We came over to Hedera to expand from Chronos. We started on Chronos. We're an OG project over there. We have 2 sold out collections, and then another collection that was an airdrop. So it started out as 1,519 Chrono Gods. And we minted that out, and then we did 1,000 Chrono Goddesses. And we minted that out in 20 hours. And then we did Chrono God Kids, which was an airdrop to anybody that held 1 and 1 of each or multiples. So with the money, what we've done is we built utility. We have our own metaverse. It's called Chrolympus. And in this metaverse, you can go in there. We have a virtual reality comic book with Chrono Gods in it. And there's games, interactive games that you can jump in and play throughout the comic. It's a whole lot of fun. And you can sit there and, chat with Chrono Gods, and also Gods of Hedera will have the same access.
Oh,
and so we're launching 8/1 here pretty shortly. We have 777 Gods of Hedera for 666 H-bar. And we'll be launching with Zeus Marketplace and also secondary with Zeus Marketplace.
well, welcome to the Hedera community. We're happy to have you. We'll be following your project.
Absolutely. Thanks. And if anybody has any questions, I'm here. Our Discord's in my bio. And I appreciate the time.
Thank you. Well, Hash Legends, you're up next.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can all hear me okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. So I'll keep it short and sweet. Just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Marius. I'm the founder of Hash Legends, and we're doing tokenized fundraisers. Well, we're hoping to do soon. We're hoping to have a marketplace and everything. And yeah, I hope you'll have a look at our website. There's a pretty long white paper on there if you want to have a read through. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. This is like the first time speaking to the Hedera community. I've always been on the sideline, always listening, and now I'm speaking, and it's a bit different.
Well, thank you for coming up. We're very excited that you're here with us, and come speak again. We're at the top of the hour, and I want to thank everybody for coming. Christian, thank you so much for all you do for the Hedera community. And we're very excited about all the super duper marketing that you've been accomplishing and doing so well. Thank you so much. And thank you for stopping by here too. Is there anything you'd like to leave the community with?
Let's just keep on keeping on. It's amazing. And, it really feels like we're in the NFT communities at this inflection point. So it'll be interesting to see if that sustains over the next few months here.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it will, for sure. I'll just give In the Maze NFT a chance before we end to speak. Go ahead, In a Maze.
Good evening, everybody. So really quickly, I just wanted to let everybody know that after 9 months of launching my project, finally, whitelist mazes are coming out. There's a lot of people who've been asking for them, and I'm going to let you guys know first on this call that there will be a Keymaster key coming out for anybody who solves mazes. You will receive a Keymaster key, and I will reveal what that means later on, but you're going to want to finish a maze. I'm letting you guys know that right now. That's all. Thank you, Elizabeth. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much, Christian. You might want to get in on that. You like puzzles. So, Batty, would you like to leave the community with any parting words?
Just thank you for everyone's support over since we've started, and appreciate everyone, and looking forward to the next months and years to come, moving forward as the community grows. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see more about Pixel Drops and the amazing things you're going to be doing by bringing young people in the community. They grow up so fast, and in 2 or 3 years they'll become young adults and be doing their own projects on Hedera. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to end the space as we always do with Hello Future. And thank you everybody for coming. It was an amazing space with Pixel Rugs and Batty Hattie. Thank you, Nick and Hash and Hederian Dragons and Trust. Congratulations on Hashstock. And thank you so much for coming, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Hello Future. Ending this space.